You're creator and executive producer of The Shy meaning Chicago, right?
Yeah.
How did this come about?
Well, I was in my apartment, living in the Valley at the time, about a couple years ago, about 2015, and I was watching a news story about Chicago, and the people that were telling the story were not from Chicago, had not lived there, and I don't think they were being disrespectful of the city. The reporting was obviously very foreign. They didn't understand the people that lived there. They were reporting on something they should be reporting on, which was the gun violence that had sort of really gotten out of control. But looking at the subjects that they were talking to, I felt like I knew them. I felt like I understood them, and I just kind of wanted to tell their story. And even though I had never written a drama before, I'd only written comedies, I thought like, well, that's a TV show. There's a story in this. And so I just started mapping out the character, storylines and where the characters would be from, what their names were, and I gave them names of people I grew up with, names of my family members. No, not in it at all.
And it's serious.
It's a serious show about, life on the south side of Chicago.
Do we have misconceptions about the South? People say South Side of Chicago, they think about shootings.
They do, and I'm not.
Is that fair or unfair?
Well, look, I think it's a part of our reality. I think it's something that's actually happening in that city. I don't ever mean to think of Chicago as a perfect place, but I think it's a beautiful place, and I think it's a place that doesn't only have shootings and gang violence, but also has...
City.
It's a great city, and I think it has people that are going to church and going to work and raising their kids, and I think that's an element that no one had ever really shined a light on, and that's something I really wanted to do. I really wanted to show the humanity of the city, as well as the things that come along with living there, which is violence is going to touch your life at some point. You're going to be aware of it, and that was really important to show the balance. I feel like it was sort of an imbalance of what the stories that were coming out of the city.
What was it like to be at the helm of your own show?
A lot goes with it, man. You can't just be a writer. You got to be a bit of a politician. You got to be a manager. You got to be a parent. You got to be a therapist. There's a lot of things that happen, and you also got to be a team player. Common is an executive producer as well, and he really took to the script very early on and said, I want to be involved, and having him as my partner has been really helpful. Chance has also been super supportive. A lot of his music, Chance the Rapper, a lot of his music is in the show because he's been gracious enough to lend it. And I think for us, it was about Chicagoans coming together and telling a story that feels human and feels honest.
Watch new episodes of Larry King Now Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on demand on Aura TV and Hulu.